Good morning, guys and dolls. I am very, very overdue to talk with you and share with you something very special that I promised that I would give you, and I haven't forgotten. Today's the day we're going to talk about my wedding, which happened at the end of July. It was July 28th, so that's going to be my anniversary. I'm so happy that I got to marry my best friend. It's so fulfilling. And honestly, we've been together for a little over 5 years. And so people ask us, how does it feel? Because we're still in the newlywed stage, but for us, it just feels like every day. The way it felt before we got married. Our feelings haven't changed. It's just that we made it legit. And I'm happy. He's happy. I think, one thing that has changed, I'm just going to speak for myself when I say this. I feel more solid and secure in our relationship. It's just something about, okay, put a ring on it. Two, feels good to know that I have that type of dedication, commitment that I give to someone and that they equally can give that back to me. I love it. Now, as far as my wedding day, let's just go into how that went. And I don't even know if this is all going to take one video. And don't worry, I'm going to show you guys pictures. I sure am. But on my wedding day, I started off getting my makeup done. Because honestly, guys and dolls, I didn't grow up wearing makeup. And people always tell me, your skin is so smooth, your skin is so nice. I never really felt the need to wear much makeup. I always get my brows done and my lashes and eye makeup, but all the foundation and the blush, and I don't even really like lipstick like that. So I did not know how to properly do these things for myself. And honestly, when I went to the prom, I had one of my cousins do my makeup, but a lot of people, they just don't know how to do darker skinned people's makeup. So at the prom, when I took my prom picture, I kind of had that ghosted look, if you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyways, so that was my nightmare. I didn't want to walk down the aisle looking like the ghost bride. So I went to a place called Fracassi Nails, and they do makeup too. So I went there the week before I got married, and I let them do my makeup. Just because I wanted to see how would I look. Would they do a good job? I'm going to include that first photo that they did, and I liked it. Everyone thought that my makeup was nice. Honestly, I didn't have any plans. I just went in, got my makeup done around 7, went home. It was 7 o'clock on a Friday. Yes, and I went and got my makeup done. I had nowhere to go. My fiance had to work. So I just really went and got my makeup done because I wanted to know, could they do my makeup? Could I trust them to beat my face for the wedding? And the answer was yes. I was happy. Now, my mom, she saw my pictures and she was like, that doesn't even look like you. She was all sad. It doesn't even look like you. I was like, yes, it does, Mom. You're just not used to seeing me. She's like, you got on too much makeup. Because as I said, I don't really wear makeup. I don't feel like I really need to wear a whole bunch of makeup. And so, whatever. So, let's fast forward to my wedding day. I go there. The person who I think is going to do my makeup, she's not on today. So already I'm frazzled. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to look like a monster. And I was shook. And then they had a guy doing my makeup. So this was 50-50 for me because in my personal experiences, when I've had male barbers and stuff, they're really good, better than females, in fact. But I never, because I don't really do makeup, I didn't know how this guy was going to be able to do my makeup. But his name was Ernesto. I'm going to give him his props. I wish I knew his YouTube channel because I know he has one. We had a great conversation. He does not come from the city in which I live. He works for Fracassi Nails, but he travels. And he come from in Florida. And so he told me so much. I knew when he was doing my makeup, I was like, I'm not even going to look because, I'm just going to trust the process. This guy, he have done makeup for the Real Housewives of New York City. That's what he told me. And he have a YouTube channel where he have way more subscribers than my subscribers. Listen to this. But that he goes all around the country and I think even around the world doing people's makeup. And as the day went on, fast forward, and I'm just like, yes, this guy knows his shit. Love you, Ernesto. I didn't get back to the shop to thank Ernesto and even show him the pictures because I didn't even have pictures. Not at first. I had to wait till people was uploading them on Facebook and stuff. But another day for that. So Ernesto's doing my makeup. And I'm just like, oh my God, freaking out because I have a guy, not the woman. Now, it wasn't the fact that he was a guy. What the problem for me was that he just wasn't the person who had done my makeup before. And I just wanted the person who had done my makeup because I knew that she knew how to do my complexion. Whereas I wasn't so sure about him. But he did good. I thought he did great. And I actually learned a couple tips about makeup too. I'm going to show you that picture, of course. When I was leaving, well, I'll even tell you. The picture that is my little face in the circle on my page, that's the picture when I left for Kashi Nails. Makeup Beat by Ernesto. Yes, that is the first picture that I took. And so I come home. First of all, I got out of there late. Everything that can happen on the wedding day happens. And you can only control you. You can't control everyone else. I'm just going to say that. So, I get home. It's like 12:30. My wedding starts at 2. Was it 12:30? Actually, it was closer to like 1 o'clock. It was closer to 1 o'clock, not 12:30. And so I was like flipping out. I didn't want my fiance to see my face because I don't really wear makeup, so this was going to be a treat for him. Didn't want him to see me, but I'm not really sure what happened with him and the groomsmen. They weren't supposed to get the party bus to the wedding from our house, but they switched the location. And so when I came home, all of the groomsmen and my future husband, they're all at my house. And I'm like, huh? Oh my God, I don't want any of you to see me yet. And so they leave when the bus pulls up. I run to get dressed. And it wasn't until I got into my dress and I took a picture and I actually got to see myself. Oh, I cried. You know how, when you're a little kid, a lot of us, not all of us, but many of us ladies, we want to look like a princess. And in that moment, I felt like a princess. I felt like a damn queen. Screw a princess. I was an empress. I was a queen. I was a goddess. I was beautiful. My dress, beautiful. And so, one of my very good friends, who was actually I don't even know, how do you say, matron. I had dual role. I didn't really want a maid and a matron. I just wanted like that same title. So one of them came to pick me up so that we could go out. Because, well, my wedding was, I want to say about 35, 40 minutes outside of my city. And so, so here we go. We're on our way. I'm late. And I'm a Libra, as I told you guys, my birthday's coming up. And so we are sticklers for time. So when I'm telling you that I was late, I was flipping out. We didn't leave here until like 1:50. Okay. And I wanted to start on time. I intended to start on time. Needless to say, so we get there. We get out there and it's like 2:30-ish. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm half an hour late. I got my guests waiting. I didn't want to do this. But guess what? The DJ has not arrived. I actually beat the DJ. So what happened was the location that my wedding was in, it was weird from the perspective that you didn't get any cell phone service there, like none of us. The only people who had cell phone service was my pastor, who was also one of my cousins, and he had Verizon. And I think someone else had an AT&T, their cell phone. And so those two were the only ones to get cell phone service out at the beach where I got married. And so no one was able to get him on the phone. But I guess what had happened was they explained to him the acoustics out there, and he wasn't going to be able to play the music the way he had planned on it, so he had to shoot back home, get some kind of special cord. So he gets there around 3, and we get started. Oh man, I was so nervous. I was so nervous. Oh man, I was happy. I was nervous. I didn't really want to talk to anybody. I just had so many thoughts going through my mind. The biggest thought, no lie, I just didn't want to fall. Just didn't want to fall. Now, I'm going to show you my dress. Of course, like I said, I'm going to show you guys pictures. But one thing I want to tell you about my dress that a lot of people might not realize is beautiful, beautiful as this dress was. It was like a bee magnet. And I mean, the way that the dress was made with all of the layers, bees were getting up there, okay? And so there are times where I could hear, and I'm like, so then I have to stop, and people are helping me shake bees out of my dress. It was crazy. That was crazy. So I go off with the videographer and the photographer, and I do, the intros for them, and I didn't even see, like, the rest of my bridal party. They didn't come down to talk to me. I guess they were nervous or what. I don't know what they were doing up there because they wouldn't let me go where they were. And I was just looking at everyone. I was just admiring my whole wedding party. I could see them. And everyone just looked so beautiful and so handsome. And I started crying. And everyone who saw me was like, oh my God, she's crying. And they're like, please, your makeup. And of course, once again, I don't really wear makeup. So I'm just like, the ugly cry. I'm trying to fix my face. And so, yeah, that's what happened. So the DJ comes. And I have to tell you that the song that I ended up walking down the aisle to wasn't my song. It was the song for the wedding party, well, the bridal party to go down the aisle. But the actual song I was supposed to go down to, I actually came back down the aisle to it because the DJ was having some difficulty. And honestly, I did not want to make my guest wait 1 second longer than they already had been waiting. So they came to me and they're like, the DJ's having problems playing your song, but the song that everyone else just went down, he has it, he can play it for you. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Just play the song because guess what? Does it really matter what song plays? I am here today for one reason, and that's really just to marry my best friend. Everything else, good or bad, it is what it is. Only thing I really would have been upset about is if my cousin, the pastor, didn't show up because then I couldn't marry my best friend. But of course, he was there. My good old cousin, Pastor Flowers. I love him. I love all my family. I have a lot of family. But, my husband has a lot of family too. And so we had chose this destination wedding because honestly, our families are really, really big. And we were trying to find a way to condense it. So we had a beach wedding. And the song that I ended up coming down the aisle to is called This Is Why I Love You by Major. I love it. It's so beautiful. I'm going to tell you if you have not. Now, first of all, who is Major? If you've ever seen that TV show that comes on Fox, well, it doesn't come on anymore. They canceled it last season, but it was called Star. Starring Queen Latifah. Now, there was a guy in there. He was supposed to be her cousin, but they ended up at the end of the season revealing he was, in fact, her son that was conceived through rape. And she didn't know that he was still in the family. She thought he had been given away to someone else. It was Major. And he's this really great artist. He has a phenomenal voice. Now, the song has been sung by other people. I found out when I was researching wedding songs, but I just love the way he sings it. Like, just thinking about the song makes me want to cry. It's so beautiful. Listen, Major. This is why I love you. Check it out, okay? So I walked down the aisle to this Major song and I'm crying. I'm crying and people see me crying under the veil. I'm like, how do you see this shit? But they saw me. They saw me crying under my veil and I hear people. They're like, oh my gosh, she's crying. And yeah, I was crying. I'm crying a little bit right now. Just thinking about my day. Oh man. So my mother and my brother, they walked me down the aisle. Why? Because my brother is Muslim and I'm not Muslim, and my father has passed away. And I didn't have anyone to really give me away. And my brother and I, he always said he would. But, now I'm a non-Muslim, he's a Muslim, and then our cousin is Christian. And so there was like kind of a conflict with that. Not amongst family, but, the clash of religions. But ultimately, I am a spiritual person. I embrace all religion. So, I didn't really see what the big deal is. I'm just thinking like, okay, you guys work it out. It was a whole big thing. I was worried the night before that I wasn't going to be able to get married. But my family, they loved me and they worked it out. And it was beautiful. My mom and my brother, they walked me down the aisle and I was just scared. Once again, I was going to fall. All I think about, and my shoes were not heels. They were nice flats with like a little heel about that much. But, still, anybody who knows me, I'm a self-proclaimed clumsy person. So I'm like, please don't let me trip and fall on my wedding day. And people are fucking recording me. Oh, God, no. So that was my thought process. And, yeah, I didn't fall. My mom didn't fall. My brother didn't fall. And through teary eyes, I made my way down to my husband-to-be. It was a beautiful thing. Now, I'm going to stop the video right now because I still have so much more to tell you. So stay tuned.